Hi guys, so good evening and welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. It's 11:09 in the evening and today is, wait lang, ano naman, August 24, 2025, Sunday. So we'll just continue reading page 284 and 285 of the book Mastery. Okay? So, hindi ko pa na-edit yung ibang videos. Sana tama tong pinagbabasa natin. So, for someone like Temple Grandin, the possibility of achieving mastery in any field would normally seem like an impossible dream. The obstacles in the path of someone with autism are enormous, and yet she managed to find her way to the two subjects that opened up possibilities for advancement. Although it might seem as if luck or blind fate led her there, even as a child, she intuited her natural strengths for love and feel for animals, her visual powers of thinking, her ability to focus on one thing, and leaned onto them with all of her energy. Moving with these strengths gave her both the desire and resiliency to put up with all of the doubters, all those who saw her as strange and different and who found the subject matters she chose to study too unconventional. Okay? Working in a field where she could use her natural empathy and her particular way of thinking to great effect, she was able to delve deeper and deeper into her chosen subject, arriving at a powerful side sense of the world of animals. Once she had mastery in this realm, she was able to apply her skills to get her other great interest, autism. Understand achieving mastery in life often depends on how those first steps that we take. It is not simply a question of knowing deeply our life's tasks, but also of having a feel for our own ways of thinking and for perspectives that are unique to us. A deep level of empathy for animals or for certain types of people may not seem like a skill or an intellectual strength, but in truth, it is. Empathy plays an enormous role in learning and knowledge. Even scientists renowned for their objectivity regularly engage in thinking in which they momentarily identify with their subject. Other qualities we might possess, such as a penchant for visual forms of thinking, represent other possible strengths, not weaknesses. The problem is that we humans are deep conformists. Those qualities that separate us are often ridiculed by others or criticized by teachers. People with a high visual sense are often labeled as dyslexic, for example. Both of these judgments, we might see our strengths as disability and try to work around them in order to fit in. But anything that is peculiar to our makeup is precisely what we must pay the deepest attention to and lean on in our rise to mastery. Mastery is like swimming. It is too difficult to move forward when we are creating our own resistance or swimming against the current. Know your strengths and move with them. Number 3 na tayo guys ha. Transform yourself through practice. The fingertip feel. As narrated in Chapter 2, after graduating from the Citadel in 1981, Cesar Rodriguez decided to enter the pilot training program for the United States Air Force. But soon, he had to confront a harsh reality. He was not naturally gifted for flying a jet plane. Among those in the program were some who were known as Golden Boys. They seemed to have a knack for flying at high speeds. They were in their element. From the very beginning, Rodriguez loved to fly and had ambitions to become a fighter pilot, the most elite and coveted position within the Air Force. But he would never reach such a goal unless he somehow managed to raise himself up to the scale of the Golden Boys. His problem was that he was quickly overwhelmed by the glut of information that a pilot had to process. The key was to learn how to take a scan pattern to all the instruments, a quick reading here and there, while maintaining a feel for one's overall position in the sky. Losing situational awareness could prove fatal. For him, this scanning ability could only come through endless hours of endless practice, endless hours of practice on the simulator and in flying until it became relatively automatic. Rodriguez had played sports in high school and he knew the value of practice and repetition. But this was a lot more complex than any sport or any skill he had ever tried to master. As soon as he became comfortable with the instruments, he would be faced with the daunting task of learning to execute various flying maneuvers like rolls and to develop a feel for the exact speeds needed to enter them. All of this required extremely rapid mental calculations. The Golden Boys would ace these maneuvers in no time. For Rodriguez, it would require a lot of repetition and intense focus every time he entered the cockpit. He noticed sometimes that his body would get there ahead of his mind. His nerves and his fingers would intuit a sense of what command of the maneuver should feel like. He would then consciously aim to recreate that feeling. Once this mark was passed, he would have to learn how to fly in formation, working with other pilots in intricately coordinated team. Hingang malalim, guys, kasi we're in a bit rush. Flying in formation meant juggling several skills at the same time, and the complexity of it could be mind-boggling. Part of him was motivated by the great excitement he felt commanding such a jet and working with the team. And part of him was also motivated by the challenge. We're done. Okay. So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. Today, it's a productive day. Okay? So, I did what needs to be done. It's good. It's a great day. See you tomorrow.